Morning. Today is a cruising day. I'm starting off a bit later than I had hoped to do, but I needed to do all my boat jobs like filling up the water, emptying the toilet, and they always take longer than you think they're going to take. Also, the weather is looking not very appealing, so that's making my motivation a bit low. And I don't know about anybody else, but I like cruising. I don't mind cruising. What I like is getting to my destination and mooring up and sitting down. I don't mind the cruising bit, but it's the getting ready always makes me really stressy. I do have a particular destination that I need to get to today because I am meeting somebody there, so it's kind of a bit of extra pressure that I don't really want, but also it's good because it's going to force me to get on with it and just get out. See, I was right to be nervous. I knew something was going to happen, and it did. The workboat next to me, which I now know belongs to my marina, they had a rope at the front, but it was just trailing in the water and got completely wrapped around my propeller and cut the engine out. So my neighbour pulled me back in, and taking it in turns with one of the women working in the marina, we eventually managed to get everything free, but it took bloody ages and made me realise that I need some more tools on board. So I've made a quick pit stop, and that's next on my to-do list before I carry on. Potentially I'm not going to make it to my destination today, but I'd rather be there safe and a bit better prepared. Once the rain shower stopped, I cruised along towards the bottom of Foxton Locks. Foxglove is about to lose her lock virginity, and I can't think of a more iconic place to do it than the country's biggest set of staircase locks. I moored up at the bottom of the flight and went in search of a lockkeeper to book in with. There was one boat going up and another coming down, and then it would be my turn. Once this boat is out of the way, I can drive straight in. The locks are operated by volunteers, so if you're solo like me, you stay on the boat and just drive her into the locks whilst they do all the hard work. I was a little bit nervous because I've not been in a lock for a very long time, and down in London they're all double width, so you don't need to be too accurate when you're driving in. This is the first of the 10 locks, and it should take about 45 minutes to travel 75 foot up to the top. It feels so weird staying on the boat inside the lock. It moves so much. And I forget how short the boat is, and I don't really know how much to move her or where to position her in the locks, so I'm just kind of aiming for the middle-ish. These locks are so deep. They don't look this deep from the towpath. It was fairly busy at the locks today, which meant a lot of gongoozlers. I'm used to turning people's heads with my lovely boat, but I was not prepared for just how closely some people were going to stick their heads up to the windows for a good old nosy. This is the top of the first set of 5, so I'm halfway there. You can see the Canal Museum there behind me, which I highly recommend visiting. If there's a boat coming down, you can pass each other here in this pound, but it was just me, so I could drive straight into the next lock. Oops. Double oops. Another thing that's different with these locks compared to the ones in London is that they have two sets of paddles, ground paddles I think they're called, and then the ones on the gates, which is all we have in London. It is really weird having somebody else control the paddles too, because I usually let the water in a lot slower to stop the boat from moving around so much. Wow, I'm already at the top lock. That was really quick. Since I've been hanging around in this part of the world, I've noticed that it's windy all the time. I asked the lockkeeper if that was normal and he told me no. I really hope not. I don't like the wind. But luckily the boat seems to be handling it pretty well. Thank you very much, Mr. Lockkeeper. Now to carry on south. I'm on the Leicester branch of the Grand Union Canal, and from Foxton there are over 20 miles of lock-free cruising until you get to the Watford staircase. CRT seem to be doing a lot of work in this area. They've made a lot of really welcome improvements to the towpaths. Train. I really feel like I'm starting to settle in around here now. I'm beginning to recognise different boats and their cruising patterns, as well as the ones that never seem to move. I love it. It feels like home. I got caught out by this towpath closure a couple of weeks ago, so it's good to see how much work they're doing. It made the crazy diversion I had to do with my bike more than worth it. This is something I've not seen around here before, double mooring. I think they may be a roving trader with their butty boat. See this guy that's overtaking me? Remember him. He's going to be the star of this show. I always forget how hilly it is around here.
By this point, I was about ready to stop. The sun was setting in my eyes and I could barely see in front of me, and I was bursting for the toilet. The thought of still having to go through husband's Bosworth Tunnel was not at all appealing. So I decided I would stop at the next mooring spot before the tunnel and tackle it first thing in the morning. Unfortunately, there was nowhere to stop, and when I pulled in just before the tunnel, I got grounded in shallow water. The man who overtook me earlier, he came to my rescue and pushed me off with his pole. He helped me to stop for a wee, and after that I felt great, so I decided to push on. Unfortunately, my cameras were both dead by now, but I was able to get a time-lapse of the tunnel on my phone. Husband's Bosworth Tunnel is 1,166 yards long. What else do we still measure in yards other than canal tunnels and golf courses? I feel like I got through that tunnel so much faster than my first attempt back at Saddington, and emerging on the other side, I felt like I'd cruised into a fairy tale. It is absolutely stunning. I am so happy to see this bridge. On the left is North Kilworth Wharf boatyard, which is over 200 years old. It looks like it could be a really nice place to keep a boat. Past the wharf on the right-hand side is the newer North Kilworth Marina. Just after the marina, I found somewhere to stop for the night. Because I still don't have any porthole bongs, the first thing I did was fashion a curtain out of a cardboard box. What do you think?
Oh, I made it. Now that I have made it, I'm glad that I carried on. It was a bit of a slog though, I can't lie. And I definitely do not intend to do all of that in one hit on the way home. But it's good though, because it means that I don't have to get up super early in the morning and rush to get here to meet Jen. Yeah, hopefully the rest of the trip will be a bit more relaxed now.
Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.